Okay, we're here in Bristol, Wisconsin. We're not going to say the name of the area because it's private property, and we don't want anyone in here harassing any beings that might be in here. But we're here with a couple who have gotten pictures of the Dogman in the woods over here, where we're going to go walk in a minute. And I just wanted them to tell you their story because it's really interesting. Whoever wants to start, go ahead.
You go first? Okay. First time we came over here and we decided to go for a walk, we wasn't expecting anything. I mean, who could believe it? You know, who could think about it?
Uh-huh.
And we went in there, took a few pictures, and when we're about to leave...
You were just walking the woods, right?
Yeah.
Just for the heck of it, because it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's out here by this lake.
And about a few days later, I was going to empty some room and I was going to delete some pictures in my phone.
Uh-huh.
And I started noticing some of the stuff in my... When we was taking the pictures, I noticed that the face recognition, the little square on the screen of my phone, was going like 3
It
or
was
4 at a
recognizing
time.
faces?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
And it was weird, you know, like then took the pictures, but didn't see anything. Up until a couple of days later, I even posted some pictures in Facebook, but I never thought about it, you know.
Uh-huh.
Didn't see anything. As I was deleting them, I saw the face, you know, right there. It's unmistakable when you see it.
Right. I saw it.
And not just
Funny
one,
videos.
but there's another one behind it,
Mm-hmm.
and then on the side. And
Describe what you see in the picture.
well, there's a tree, and a branch that goes from the tree, and then there's the face right there. You see the ear, the eyes, and like the top of the what is called the eyebrows,
The brow ridge or something?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's unmistakable. This might as well as be looking like a husky.
Right.
Like it's like black and white. I mean,
You can see the ears.
the ears, the snout.
To me, it almost looked like it was part human. It did, to me.
And then that was the first 3 pictures that I took. Then we went through her phone, and we spotted one picture like from across the pond that's in there, about 100 yards. That it's what do you call it? It was standing like right in the open. You can see like almost half his body.
In the picture?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of your pictures, and they're amazing.
And
There's a lot of beings in there.
yes. And then with the first snowstorm that we got over here, we decided not to go in there, but took some pictures from the tree line from I say about 75 yards from the tree line, and they're laying there on the outside of the fence by like maybe I'll say like 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 of them laying there on the snow.
Yep.
Then
I can see them in your picture.
Then I decided to walk towards there and then took a closer picture, but I didn't see these things.
Nope.
I got there, took the picture, turned around. She took a picture of me like in the middle of the field, like with the snow up almost up my knees, and then went home and we like maybe it's just like we were hallucinating these things, you know. Maybe we're not like
Well,
seeing what we see.
I see them. I don't know how they do that, but I saw them in your pictures. They're not clear and,
And
clear as can be, but they're there.
And the first day that we took the pictures, as we was coming out, it's like they follow us all the way back.
Yeah.
And right there by the tree line and the fence line, like the gate, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 of them. Laying, there's 2, like by the gate, there's like 3 or 4, and then like 2 or 3 more on the ground, like laying on the grass. So you barely see. You see like the blur, like the puff balls, something like that. And the kids were like, Jesus Christ, maybe about 15 to 20 feet away from them.
They always seem closer to the kids.
Oh, do they?
Yes, that's the weird part about, a lot of the pictures that we take, especially when we, go through the forest. They'll be, say, their head, like, I'll get sometimes just only the corner by accident, and then I don't see the things visible with just looking over there. But, like, usually it's this one or it's her, and then out of the corner I can see, like, then you see them in the bushes, like, right there, and I'm like, I don't remember those bushes being right there, Like, you
Right.
see the faces sticking out of there, and you don't know. I mean, I can't tell babies from big ones except if they're up in the tree.
The size.
Now, if
Oh,
they're up in the tree, which we've gotten some of those that were like in the tree.
Really?
Now, obviously, they're putting the babies there probably to, keep them out of reach
Keep
of a
'em
human
safe.
or something, or keep them safe. I don't think the big ones could possibly fit up in those trees because they don't. I don't know. I mean,
In some of the pictures that we got, some of these figures, they look like they're up to 10 feet, like from anywhere from 9 to 10 feet tall, like about 3.5, 4 feet wide.
right.
and you see them standing on the ground.
Yes.
And then you see one next to it, but it looks like a little one, like right next to it. But the big one is standing right there next to the little one by the tree, and he's a big. I mean, him or her is like a big poof ball. I mean, it kind of looks like a bear a little bit, but then you see the snout. The bear doesn't have a snout like that.
No, and you would know if there was a bear in there with you.
Exactly.
I mean, we're not supposed to have bear this far south, but you would know if there was a bear in there with
But
you.
then it's like having the cougar in an alley in Chicago.
I know. Oh, no, I know there's the occasional, yes. That cougar actually came from my hometown.
Oh, jeez.
The same DNA was tested on that cougar as the one that was killed in Chicago, which is sad. It's just sad. It
What
wandered.
can they do something else besides, just kill it for like? I mean, I just don't see killing things like.
I know. Tranquilize it and move it.
Yeah,
I think they were just wanted to take care of it then, and
They got
They don't wanna be
video of the police car pulling out like in a diagonal to an alley, and then the police got out. The two cops got out of the car, walked past the alley, and then you see the cougar coming behind them.
oh my gosh,
They didn't even
yes.
see it. It was like maybe about 5 feet away from the one,
Yeah.
and they didn't get to see it. It was like right there.
Oh,
And then you see the when they
But they
pass.
say they don't attack or they're not attacking or anything, and then you hear that they've killed it and stuff like that. And you're like, well, I mean, seriously, why would you just kill something for no reason whatsoever?
because we don't have the training, I think, and the common sense, and they don't care.
And they shouldn't be in that line of work.
I know. I completely agree. When I heard it was killed, it just broke my heart.
I mean, that's like the one, they have a polar bear that they put inside the mall. I
Oh.
can't think of which, where they said that about, but they said the thing is going mad, crazy.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's never seen sunshine. How
Oh,
can you keep a polar bear from the sun? I mean,
I
they're
know.
not used to that type of thing.
It's
and
probably
They're
Russia
gonna have a mental decline.
or China, somewhere like that. I mean, hopefully they're not doing it in the U.S. I hope not.
No, you just see a lot of bad stuff.
I know. And you guys had something thrown at you, right?
Couple of times.
Oh,
The first time that we took the pictures, the first time we went in there, it's we heard like a squealing, whining noise, like from a dog. Like
oh,
sometimes when you kick them, trying to get them away from you,
yeah, and they squeal
Yeah,
if
something
you
like
heard
that.
them.
Yeah, it's not a noise I've ever heard before.
and then well, at least me, I heard a lot of like popping noises.
Popping?
Yes, like,
Do you think it was wood, or do you think it was like they were popping with their mouth?
I don't know.
Some people say they're popping their teeth.
Probably they were like communicating, I think.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's amazing.
then we hear the occasionally like twig breaking.
You know there's nobody in there at this particular time because we run across who's ever on the paths or whatever for the most part. Not too
Yeah, you can
Not-
tell when there's somebody in there.
and not too long ago there was a dog that was at the end of the path and there was no person with it. And at first it scared me because I was like looking at it and I'm going,
Is
you know,
that
I'm
one of
thinking,
them?
is that one right out in the open like that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, and he wants to go through the forest, and I'm just like, then the thing comes running towards us, and I'm just like, before I saw what it was, it was just a regular dog.
It was.
And it was with its owner, but the guy took a different path. He went through the trees
Oh,
part of
and
it.
the dog. He let the
Yeah,
dog off the
let
leash.
dog- yeah.
Oh my gosh, that
So
would be
I was-
scary.
I was a little freaked out.
Yeah.
A lot of people going there, like
No, will you
couples,
put it
or
down?
they go in there, they walk maybe
The
100
rake.
feet, 200 feet,
Do it gently.
And they
and
run
they
right
will
out.
come
big.
right out.
And I'm not talking about walking. I mean, I'm like running, basically walking. Like run
Really?
walking. Yeah. It's fast.
So they go in there and come right back out.
Yeah, and you know they walked in there. You know they're not jogging. Some of the ones that are jogging, you see them run out faster, but these people are walking, running fast.
Oh, and you've been coming out here for about in the woods for about how long?
2 years right now.
2 years.
Yeah.
And you still are willing to walk those trails, huh?
Uh-huh.
And when you get off the trails, you hear, I think you said you hear more breaking, limbs breaking and stuff, like they don't want you off the path, maybe?
When we get closer to what I think is like their dams or something,
Uh-huh.
that's when because not all the time, it's just like some places that we hear like weird noises, like twigs breaking, like more like they let us know that we're here, you know, like you know, back down a little, we just go back there.
Yeah, go back the way you came. Get back on the path.
Yes.
You said there's structures in here too, didn't you?
Yes, and him and the other guy,
Brian?
right?
Uh-huh.
They were touching the structures, and I told him, I said, you know, you guys gotta watch out with that, because you know, like you don't really wanna.
There's so many structures that it takes too long. Like it's too much effort to do. Like for any person go there and do it. Like I'm talking about like 15 to 20 feet long.
Really? Well, I can't wait to see that.
There's no people who would do that though.
No.
Because there's no shelter from it, because there's still ways for it to get wet, you know, inside of it. And I'm thinking that they put their babies in there or something, you know, to keep them. Because I've gotten pictures of the huts like that they've made.
Really?
If that's who's made it. And I've seen the babies within the structure, you know, like when
Really?
you look up close, you can't see it. They blend so well with the atmosphere and with the, you know,
With the background.
yeah, big time. I mean, like,
I know.
There's
You,
a lot
yeah,
of,
you've,
there's a lot of blind spots, you know, like that they put up different branches around,
uh-huh.
and when you get behind them, you see the trail, you see perfectly. But when you go onto the trail and you look back towards the blind,
You can't see
see
it.
it.
So they're probably
You see
just
the
watching
branches
you.
there, but then what's, you know, you can see what's behind it.
Right.
And what I told her, you know what, sometimes it only takes one branch for them to camouflage, one little branch.
Mm-hmm.
They just put it over their faces and one branch with one leaf, that's
doesn't it seem though like
good
they
enough
come out though?
camouflage.
But sometimes it seems like they don't even camouflage.
No, they don't.
Because,
Sometimes
like-
Not in your pictures,
Because
they're not.
There's one that I've we were walking and now there's going through there.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also going around the perimeter, and there's a farmhouse like over there and like all kinds of fields like over there and stuff like
Uh-huh.
that. So you get also more too with that as well. And I was taking pictures over there, but the thing is that like they stand like right out in the open, and I can see, you know, I can't see it like looking straight at it.
Right.
But I can see a black, like, big blotch in the corner of my eye.
A shadow.
And then every time I take a picture of that black blotch, it's always one of them. That's
Yeah,
the creepy
isn't
thing
that,
gets me.
yeah. I don't know if it's that our eyes can't detect,
Yeah.
you know, if it's something that we
I've
just
seen
can't
babies
see.
standing right next to a tree. Now, we saw a squirrel. Remember when we saw that squirrel, like, over there by, and that was over by the church. We saw like a squirrel and stuff like that. I'm taking a picture. There's a baby standing right there next to the tree, staring right at me.
Oh, and you didn't even see it. No.
I just saw the black little
think-
spot. You know, like I mean, I know it wasn't natural to just be standing on the side like that. I knew it
Right.
was something, and I'm taking the picture and stuff, and it was way too close, if you ask me. I'm taking the picture, and it's like right there, and it's just, and even in the picture, it looks like it's looking right at me. And he says, "That's what it's basically doing."
It is.
Like-
Well, I think that they're in some kind of light zone that we can't see. They must be, because otherwise, or
Why-
dimension,
I mean, it's,
I don't know.
and then these people who actually have encounters, scary encounters, like
Yeah.
the ones that they say.
I think they know what's in your heart, and I think they know that you mean them no harm,
But those people, it seems that maybe they do mean them some harm. I don't know.
or they bring out the worst in them, or they run into bad ones. I don't
You
know.
know what? They're like dogs. You know how dogs have that
Sense.
instincts like that and stuff. I mean, some humans do too, actually. Because, like for me, I can look at somebody and see something that I don't like about them, and it's just off, and it comes just like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And there's something about the person I don't trust. Then it's like they say don't judge a book by its cover.
Oh, yeah, you need to follow your instincts.
Yeah, and you know what? For the most part, and I even do that with handshakes or somebody looking me in the eye. I was raised that way.
Yeah.
My family was Lebanese, spoke Arabic and stuff like that. I was adopted when I was little, so
Oh.
this is the family I grew up with. And my mom passed away when I was 27. I'm sorry, 27. And the things that she brought on to me, it's like she had a sixth sense, like for stuff. I don't know, just
Right.
stuff like that.
But you need to follow that.
Yeah, which
Always.
which
Which
is
you do.
weird because we're not like relatively blood relatives or anything like that. But she passed on a lot to me that like I think things before they happen. Like I'll think, oh my gosh, like I like if somebody's about to pass away or something. Sometimes I get this like feeling like it's gonna happen, and then I get a call or I see it on like Facebook. One of my friends passed away. And I'm just like,
See, and maybe that's why you guys are getting so many pictures. You guys know what's in there. You see what's in there, and that may be
I can't say
why.
it don't scare me, but you know what? I think that, you know what though? I've
Oh,
never
if
been
they-
afraid of a dog.
Right.
No, I've never been snapped at or bit at by a dog. And I try to teach my kids, you don't just run up to a dog.
Right.
You have to, you know what? You have to feel the dog out. You know if the dog, you kind of get the instincts if the dog doesn't want you around or, doesn't like you.
Right.
I had 2 dogs that I grew up with, and they did not like any of my friends. And he bit one of them on the nose,
Ugh.
and he bit the other one on the lip and cut her lip open, and the other one he
Oh.
busted up her nose. And I told her, I said, well, why would you go putting your face right up to my dog like that? When I told you, my dog is kind of like a loner. He liked only the family. So,
There are certain ways you have to approach
yeah,
things,
well, for
I
one thing,
think.
you're
Yeah.
supposed to put your hand out like this and let them sniff your hand first. And not all dogs you do that to. Some dogs you just know. But then if you don't act scared of the dog isn't going to bother you. I don't care how crazy it is. If you just walk past it and leave it alone.
Right.
Then you've got some bad dogs, yes, that probably could do that. But I've never encountered, a whacked out dog like that.
Yeah.
I've been growing around Doberman Pinschers, German Shepherd. My German Shepherd was one of the best dogs. But he fought the other dog.
Oh.
And he was always protecting somebody, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But then I have my, and I love German Shepherds. That's actually the kind of dog that I want.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But-
love them.
I've had one that looked like, it was a mixed breed. His name was Benji.
Oh.
He was half, I love dogs.
Well, maybe that's what they feel when you're out here.
I
think
what
they
it is
know
is
what's in your heart.
I respect the nature.
Yes.
And I don't want to mess with it like, like the huts being up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in touching something that I don't know anything of because you know what? That could be their scent, their, way of saying
Mm-hmm.
don't touch or, whatever it could be. I don't know.
We should go in there and look.
Yeah.
Are you going to show me some structures?
He knows where they're at.
Oh, good. I'm going to take some pictures of those. I'm going to shut this off for now.
Okay.